How did you first end up meeting Shawn Michaels?
We in Kansas City. I think I'd been there 6 months. And he'd come through. That's right. I think right after Tommy and I, Tommy and them split up or took off. Shawn came in for a short stint. Right off the bat, Terry Garvin, if you all remember, Terry Garvin was sort of like keep an eye on Shawn. I think Shawn was coming in with high expectations. I mean, he was really seems like his road was paved the whole way. They were looking out for him right away. They heard so much, whatever. And I remember Terry Garvin asking me if me and DJ would kind of give him rides to take care of him because we were like probably younger guys that got out and about. And Shawn, I'll never forget the first time we were like, well, who is this guy? Why is he getting? I mean, what's he all about? Why is he got? We got everybody here is taking care of him, and Terry Garvin's making a special road trip down. He had to work with Scott Hall, his first night in, and which Scott was still real green then, and so Shawn was actually going to end up leading that match, and that was going to be something to see. I mean, as it turned out, it was real good, real well. But we were just like, well, who's this guy, Shawn? What the heck's this all about? Why is he getting all this attention coming through here? A lot of guys have been in and out, and nobody's had this. And so I don't remember what town it was, somewhere in Kansas, in a little town. And DJ and I were asking, okay, where's this Shawn guy? Because we've been asked to like show him around, show him the ropes, and remember went up to this one guy who I thought was probably like what they would call jobbers or extras now, who I thought was like a local from that town. And I was asking him, hey, you seen a guy named Shawn Michaels? He goes, I am Shawn Michaels. and he was, the reason I say we just thought it was just nothing against, I mean, he's a great guy. It was just the way he was dressed, man. He had these green trunks. He had, first as he was changing, he had blue jeans with a big old, probably Texas style belt buckle just pulled up so high, almost under his chest, and had his pants legs tucked inside his boots, and he was, I think he was like, he was young, man, 19-ish or something. He still had that high school look, with short hair and just a clean cut, but it was just, it wasn't what we were expecting. We were expecting this wild, crazy, just flamboyant looking person, because of all the attention. And I remember when he put his outfit on, what he wore that night, he had some green, just single, what do you call them, the regular tights. He had his habit of pulling him up like right up under his chest. I don't know if he was trying to hide his belly, it wasn't fat or anything, but and he had the boots with the little leprechaun things on it. And like I said, the hair, just a clean, short cut, whatever it was, not what we were expecting. And we introduced ourselves, and we ended up hooking up. Me and him, and DJ, we just ended up being like the best friends. So we went out every night partying, going crazy, and with Shawn and I somewhere, he was only there like maybe 6 weeks or something like that. I'm not sure how long he was there, but somewhere right about in the middle of it, they had us tag one night. They wanted him and I to tag. And
who put you guys together?
I don't know. I mean, it was Terry Garvin, who was booking, but they tagged us up. They needed it was a TV tape, and they needed a tag match, so they tagged us up. It's hard just to tag with a guy one time and get everything correct, timing wise. I remember we tagged that night, and afterwards we both kind of, wow, that was really nice. It was smooth. I mean, little as we know, but and so that was it. And then again, after that, I don't think we tagged anymore. It was just that once, but it was just for the very first time, it was just clicked. And but then after that, we partied for night after night after night. And like I said, me and him and DJ Dave Peterson were like the three musketeers, and we just always together hanging out, and doing crazy stuff, and watching Shawn transform, because that look was, the pants was finally getting lower down, and the hair was getting longer, and I don't know if it was a little later on that the earrings started coming around, but I mean, we were just watching the transformation of that guy we thought, was what?
Any party stories from around that period you can tell us about?
Around that period, you know what? Shawn was underage. I know that because, sorry, I don't know what age, maybe it was 21 for drinking then or whatever in Missouri. The one thing I do remember was Friday nights, every other Friday night, in St. Louis, we had to go to St. Louis. And the Marriott Hotel there is where all the boys went. And there was just so many women there. I was back in the day what they called the rats. I don't know if those exist anymore, do they?
Nope.
But Shawn was, I mean, like after the show, Marriott, man, it was like, you just take your pick, whichever girl you want. And Shawn couldn't get in. He couldn't because he was underage. So we also, too, a lot of guys, that were making a little more money would stay there at the Marriott and overnight. We were just end up trying to use somebody's room for a little while if we were going to do any business, and then drive back to Kansas City, which was like 3.5 hour drive. And remember, it was like shooting fish in a barrel. I mean, you weren't going to miss. If you went in the bar, you were going to use somebody's room or car or something. And, so we had to go. And Shawn was like, this ain't right, man. I can't go in. He'd have to wait. He'd wait downstairs in the lobby because he couldn't even go on the top floor. And we'd like sneak him a beer down here and there. About every 45 minutes. He's like, come on, guys, one beer every 45 minutes. Come on, Bruce. I kind of felt sorry for him, but gosh, the power of those women had on us. One was crazy. There was a lot of crazy stuff. And I was thinking about this, when we were talking about, so we, this Marriott there in St. Louis, the airport Marriott, that's getting a heck of a plug right now, huh? It was the place, like I said, and some of the crazy things, now looking back then, I didn't think nothing of it. We used to go up to the rooms and they opened the windows and there's a ledge of about maybe this wide on each floor. I mean, right outside, each was like 12 floors, whatever it was. Every floor has right outside the windows. You can open the windows. Why anybody would want to do that? But I mean, you can open the windows and go sit down on the ledge out there and 12 floors up in the middle of the St. Louis night and just stare around at the lights and say, wow, hey, or do what some of us did and imagine going out there on that ledge. Like I said, it's maybe 3 feet long. There's nothing there to keep you. It's not a railing. It's just a ledge. and we'd be out there after drinking. Sometimes it would be no privacy in the room, so we'd go out there with a girl and carefully lay down on the ledge. And now I just the thought of thinking if I looked over and seen the ground, I'd fall off just because I see that good. But I mean, we did that. I mean, it was a lot of, not just me, not just. Shawn, I can't say what Shawn did back then because I think he might have been seeing somebody. So the DJ Dave, there was a few of them, man. And I'll leave the rest of the names alone too. But there was a few of us out there. I remember one time going out and just being so hammered and there's just no fear, which is really stupidity, and luck that something bad didn't happen. But I remember being out it was like the corner. Went out the window on this side with the girl laying there, and I'm hearing the noise. I'm like, what the heck? I screwed up, peeked around the corner, and there was somebody else on the other side laying out there with a girl. This was just, like I said, crazy, crazy stuff. And just laying out on the ledge there with just as slight as strong wind, really. Blow you right over it.
Watch thousands of exclusive shoot interviews right now on TitleMatchNetwork.com.